couple of weeks, and Kenny's got a hammy. He's going to be a couple of weeks. Kenny Yeboah.
What's the status on Dwayne Brown this week?
Dwayne is in Houston getting his evaluation, and so hopefully we hear something tonight or tomorrow.
What led up to the decision to want to play Aaron Rodgers in the final preseason game?
Just he and I, it's having conversation. Ultimately, he'll have his thoughts too. But for us as an organization, he's new. I know he's been in the league a very long time, but just didn't want September 11th to be the first time that he stepped into MetLife Stadium. The Giants and Jets game, whether it's preseason or regular season, there's going to be a good turnout. It's going to be a lot of anticipation and excitement in the building, and just didn't want the first time that he goes out with his new team, new colors, new teammates, new stadium. Didn't want it to be the first time, September 11th being the first time.
You guys are starting Mackay at right tackle. What went into that decision?
He did a really nice job in the game. Took over half the snaps. He looks like he's in his cardio, he looks like he's in much better shape, obviously. So we're giving him a run at right tackle, see how he does.
Is that a tough, getting back to Aaron for a second, is that a tough decision for a coach? You want to get him acclimated, but on the other hand, there's always the injury risk.
No. You can't coach scared. You can't play scared. You can slip out of your car and have something happen to you. But we'll be, knock on wood, everyone will be fine. You see some of the great ones out there. Kansas City's playing their guys, Buffalo's playing their guys. It's not uncommon. You could always play the hindsight game or the fearful game, but what's in the best interest for our team is to go out there, play some football together, and prepare ourselves the best way we can for September 11th.
Have you talked about one series, a quarter, half of the way?
We'll see how it goes. I don't want to just throw them out there for a series and get them out. Would like to see those guys to go through transition, get to the sideline, have some adjustments, get to the back to the field, make some more play with those adjustments, and so you'd like to see that transition happen a few times.
With the preseason, Robert, I know that in the past the third preseason game was the one that you took as the dress rehearsal and people game planned for. How do you approach this one now? Because this is technically the quote-unquote third for you guys, fourth, but usually the third. Do you game plan for this one? How does it work?
Yeah, no game planning. We're not. What we're doing is simulating the game week. So all our times are different. The meeting times are different. We're simulating what an in-season schedule would be like, so guys get acclimated. There's new coaching staff and all that. But as far as game planning the Giants, we're not. We're still in season for us, or in training camp for us.
Just a couple other injury guys. How about Tomlinson and ADT?
Both should be available for the game today, this week.
Carl Lawson?
Carl, he's still working through some of the back issues he's had, and we're being diligent with him. He's been running, he's been doing all this stuff, but we just want to make sure that his back is 100% before we throw him out there.
Is Corey Davis back?
Corey is still dealing with his personal matter, so hopefully soon.
What did Mackay show you when you watched the film from the other day?
A lot of energy. Looked like a young man who loved being out there, loved playing the game. I mean, he was finishing blocks, showed athleticism, strength, power, movement. A lot of things he still has to clean up, but he showed, especially it's a little thing, but it's everything. Pre-game and his language, his voice, the bounce in his step. The things that people aren't seeing because we're so fixated on what he's doing on the field, but the sideline demeanor, the locker room demeanor, all of it's been improving so much over the course of the last month, and so giving him this opportunity with those guys, it'll be fun to see how it all works.
Was there a conversation with him or conversations with him about, okay, we know you want to get on the field, you wanted to play left tackle, but you could be a really good right tackle, and then have that kind of switch?
He and I had a couple of those conversations that, and he's been good with it. Like I said, I think he's on board. He's excited. He wants to play, and I think he's in a really good place.
What is your assessment of the return game and also what Gibson have shown you throughout the course of the preseason?
Yeah, he's been pretty good. He's shown some stuff. get one more opportunity to try to make his case on why he should be on this roster. But the return game, you know, Brant and those guys do such a good job, and from a special team standpoint, and you know, the trying to find who's going to be that extra guy to that returner back there to get us the extra first down. We'll see. There's still you know, McCole still hasn't touched the ball back there, and Cobb's a pretty good returner in his day. So there's a lot of guys who want an opportunity at it.
Is Dalvin back with you guys, and he's gonna practice with you this week?
Yeah, he's gonna get his continued work. Will not play in the game. Neither will Brees.
What's your philosophy on the new rule, the third quarterback? Do you like that rule, and do you think it's an automatic that you have to have that guy since they're offering you that opportunity? Or
Yeah, you would love to make sure. Yes, to answer your question, I think it's a long overdue rule, especially when the concussion protocols were elevated the way they were. Could argue that it should have been made midway through the season when the rules changed mid-season. They should have. Could argue that, but good for everybody to discuss it, get to the and find a way to make it work. So
Boyle's your third guy.
what's that?
Boyle, you have him.
Yeah,
as your third.
would love to have him around. We'll see how it all shakes out, though. But absolutely.
Couple more. With Aaron, a lot of the guys throughout the course of camp have talked about the process of like learning his hand signals, his cadence, and how he'll throw something different at them the day of practice. And like, what's it like having a quarterback who like brings that to the line of scrimmage and to try and confuse the defense? I guess because I feel like that once everybody figures everything out, and then the defense won't know what he's doing.
That's the key.
Yeah.
You know, he's at a different level, obviously, because he's so experienced in 19 years. He knows what he likes, and obviously integrating what Hackett and Todd Downing and Keith Carter and all those guys have brought to make a cool little system that I think we're building. But when you have a guy like that, it's you know, I'm going to reverse it from a defensive standpoint, because you always tried to trick Peyton Manning and Tom Brady and Aaron, and by creating all these signals, and all you did was trick yourself. So as long as we're all on the same page, then it becomes a very, very, very useful weapon. But it's good that we're straining now, because it's only going to help us as we move forward.
Well, good. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.